Hi, for this session, we'll be talking about production. So by definition, production means a process by which goods are produced for sale or use from raw materials or from new materials or a combination of these materials. So one important document in the production process is the production order. It's basically the main document for this process. So the very essence of production order is that it records the progress of the production process for each item produced. It also supports the planning as well as assembly of a production item. And further, it also tracks all the material transactions as well as costs that are involved in the production process. There are three types of production order. We have standard, special, and disassembly. So let's talk about the standard production order. And this production order is based on the production BOM or bill of materials. And we use it to produce a regular production item. When you open this new standard production order, all the components fill in automatically. And we also issue components from inventory to the production order. By issuing these components, the production process happens. And after the production is completed, we receive the finished parent product into inventory. So as you can see in this particular image, that these components are used to create this finished product. Next is a special production order, and it's used to produce and repair items or to perform activities that are not necessarily bill of material items. For example, repair order for customers, equipment cards, or rejected assemblies. Just like this one, wherein these various materials are not specifically intended to create a very specific item, but rather we just combine them to create a special order. And usually talk about special, it's on the basis of the requirement asked by our client or by our customer. And the last production order is the disassembly production order, which is used to dismantle a parent item of the regular product into its child items, wherein the separate parts can then be put into inventory or can be sold as well. So for example, when you purchase a used car, you can take it apart and sell the individual components. And just like this particular image, we're in from this finished product or parent item, it can be disassembled into sub-components. And wherein these sub-components can still be returned in our inventory or can be sold as well. Next, let's talk about the bill of materials or BOM. So the BOM is basically a comprehensive list of parts, items, assemblies, sub-assemblies, intermediate assemblies, documents, drawings, and other materials required to create a product. It's basically a recipe in order for us to create a finished product. So there are various types of bill of materials. We have one production BOM, wherein this type of BOM is used in the production order. The parent item is a finished material and the children are the components. And during the production process, with the help of a production BOM, we turn the components into the finished product. Next is a sales BOM, and it's used in sales documents. So the parent item must be a sales item only, meaning in terms of the master data, inventory and purchase item is unchecked for this matter. So anyway, for example, if you sell a gift package that contains multiple products, this could be set up as a sales bill of materials. Next is assembly. So this type of BOM is similar to the sales bill of materials. It represents a collection of individual items in a set with a specific price. Unlike the sales bill of materials, only the finished product appears in the sales order document. The components do not appear as sub-items. But again, when it is an assembly bill of material, all the components can be assembled into a one finished product. Number 4 is template, wherein this type of BOM has no restrictions, wherein both the parent and the children can be any type of item. For our production order, there are two issue methods. One is manual and the other one is backflash. So let's talk about the manual issue method. So for the manual issue method, you issue individual component items to production order. With this, it enables you to post components issued to a production order precisely when they are required in the production process. Again, take note, when they are required in the production process. On the other hand, backflash is when the SAP Business One itself automatically issues item transactions for the needed component items when a product is reported as completed. So in the case of manual and backflash, for manual, there is a thing about this particular component not available within the shop. It's either that component is coming from other areas or from other location. Backflash, on the other hand, entails that the actual subcomponent or the component itself is readily available to be used in the production. So, in simpler terms, the production process includes the following phases. One is the creation of production order. Once production order is created, you can release to shop floor, meaning the components needed are made available within the shop. After which, we can now issue components that are used to process the product into a finished product. And last is the report completion, meaning that we are able to produce a parent item or a finished product. Anyway, let's talk about this, showing the standard production process using a standard production order. Anyway, for this particular scenario, our parent item or finished product is a skate, and we have the following components and sub-components. So anyway, let's check a look item by item. So in the case of the production process, we always start with the very bottom. Okay, we first combine the items at our bottom list. Then from the bottom to the top. Anyway, so in this case, the skateboard is our main product or also considered as the parent item. Again, that the parent item is the result of our production. Next, we have wheels and the robot. So the robot is a child item. Why? It is needed to produce the skateboard. This is what we call as a phantom item. Why this particular wheels is regarded as a phantom item? We talk about phantom items. Phantom items are items that do not actually exist. Why? We need to produce this first using other subcomponents. In this case, we have tire and axis. So tire and axis are subcomponents. And when these two components are combined or assembled, we can produce the wheels. Therefore, once the wheels and is available, plus the roll board, we can now create the skateboard. So in this case, so how's our bill of material works? The formula will be this. So in order for us to create the wheels, we combine the tire plus axis. And in order to create the skateboard, we need the roll board plus the wheels.